Eh, Hello, everyone. I'm sitting here yapping, thinking I'm talking to you, but I'm not. But good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Second Thought Tuesday edition. Lofa was supposed to be here with me. He promised the other day, but he's not here. I guess he got other pressing issue. So tonight I'm coming for you. I'm coming to you live from the state of Georgia, the home of Dr. Martin Luther King, and our wonderful Senator John Alsop and Dr. Warnock. Hmm? The first black man, the grandchild of a slave, okay, who became a senator, and John Alsop, the first Jewish senator in Georgia history for 200 years. So now, tonight we're going to be discussing party, tribe, and then our country. How does this impact the growth of a nation? Okay. How does that impact the growth of a nation? How does it change the way things are? So those are the things we need to talk about. Okay. Those are the things that we need to talk about today. So I'm going to start with this. I saw today what happened. The first thing is, I'm going to say to all of you, you have a man who bastardized, okay, who bastardized our Constitution. Took Liberian people on a run for almost 1 year and was given an opportunity to put his name in the hat. The same one who undermined the Constitution. Then we're celebrating because that's our political party, because that's our tribal man. Okay, so let's go here. Whenever your political party or your tribe comes first in a nation, your country becomes secondary. The interest of everybody becomes secondary. The only thing that is prioritized will be that tribe or the party, whatever is on your list at that point, what your priorities are. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm a little bit perplexed. My nerves were really bad. I have some people, and they're supposed to be family. They come under you post and post all this stupidity in my word. They're stupid. Okay. I don't go under people post, and that's to say to you, maybe happy Mother's Day or congratulations or happy birthday. But they constantly post this thing and think it's funny. We're studying in the United States, we're fine. Maybe we'll be the next group on the plane back to where we are, but our country, you can do whatever you can. That's our country. Some of us don't mind coming home. And the reason some of us live our lives not about choice in other people's country is because of the atrocity that took place, the impunity that reigns, that continue to reign and run the streets of Liberia. Okay, today I watched, I think about 4 persons between yesterday and today on a live. A man straight naked sitting in the back of a car, slumped down with no breath in his lungs. A man, I don't know, he's cut into 2 or whatever it is, but he's on a live in a car with his face under the tree. Then there's another man. Then there's a young man who left in the night, in the evening, to go to the shop and hang out with his friends. They end up finding his own a live body. This is Liberia. There will be no investigation. There will just be RIP, and somebody will come and say, you know what? It can happen in America too. It does. And we find who does it. And we also call, even if we don't find it now, we call it cold case. If you go cold, they keep the evidence, their storage spaces. Until that case is solved, they will never get rid of those information. Even if it takes 50 years, sometimes 70 years. They're still solving case from the 70s. The more science improve, they go by and solve it. Somebody will come and say they're doing the same thing in America. That's true. America has 340 million people. America has over $20 trillion in budget. America has less than 5% unemployment. America is developed with institution and infrastructure. You do not. You do not. America is able to bring in engineers, neurosurgeon, because they come to go to school and they find out they can be paid. You don't. We don't. How do we build ourselves and our infrastructure when our country is not prioritized? When everything is by individual, then they tell you you don't understand politics. Do you? Do you understand politics? Do the average person understand politics? Because I believe the philosophy is politics is what, especially in democracy. Okay, it's the competition idea. Like when we talk about Alexander the Great, the reason they call him the Great, he was the conqueror. He was somebody who wanted better for a nation. He went to battle from country to country, crossing over countries to make sure a nation was known for its position. I would say at the time of superpower. What is our position? You know, I made a post yesterday. Let me play that post. It was on my Facebook. Hopefully, I can find it right now. Okay. If you are there, please go ahead and share the post. All right. And we're gonna say why when your nation is prioritized in this sense. The mere fact that this dude it will even go ahead and put his name in a hat. The mere fact that he would, when he was claiming to be um, the um, the speaker, okay, had been paid for being a speaker, was paid $5 million. Liberia speaker made more money than our speaker in the United States. Then we're claiming we are poor. We are poor in our minds. We are poor because we are roguish. We are poor because we don't prioritize our nation. We are poor because majority of us are stupid. We elect, yes, majority of us are very stupid. Okay. We elect people so we can go beg them. How do you take the key to your farm, to your rice kitchen, just to go beg? Okay? To go back to go beg the same people where you brought and get your key to. That's what we are doing. You bring in people. You don't look for people that you will empower to empower the whole nation. You don't elect people that got idea that will build the country and expand the wealth of the country, that everyone will be able to participate in the wealth of the country. No, you beg them, you purposely elect them so you can go back and stand in line, you and your children. You know, begging has no dignity to it. Begging has no dignity to it at all. It does not. All right. Now you're screaming. I hear today that Liberia got $63 million from the European Union grants. So what a grant about? What a grant about? 63 million. All of a sudden, America need to establish herself after they are taking all of this out. But you're telling me Lord have mercy. Let me do this. Guys, type it. Let me ask Anthony in Liberia. How do we, and let me say this today, and this is me talking. I see some political party congratulating and Coon. How in hell? What is going on? Listen, when I see these things, I see that we are being played. That's how I know. I'm not stupid. It's like we are being, our intelligence is being played on. People think we're just supposed to follow people. Okay, you cannot stand for something, and then tomorrow comes. Those very thing that you stood for yesterday, you change your mind and you call it politics. You don't have to sink in. They're your friends. They're your family. But you should have a stand. You know, the other day, a young man that I admire so much, and I had a conversation. And he said to me, he says, yeah, you're a wonderful person, but you're misunderstood. A lot of people misunderstand you. You're a judicial person. As such, a lot of Liberian people don't understand what that means. Okay? A lot of Liberians do not understand what that means. So because they don't understand, they judge you, which does not bother me, to tell you the truth. Okay? It does not bother me. I will continue to be me. Where the stuff I shared today? No, not this one. I shared something. All right, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna play this video for you. We are fighting to go to sit on and be on the Security Council. Y'all listen to this man right here. Okay, Liberia, you're listening, and then Anthony, I will bring you in. And I was just speaking to Liberian political party. Okay, you you just said yesterday, also our political leaders came out and said this undermines the Constitution. But then the parties go out and write congratulations. The very men who have been dishing out money while our children don't have school, while our sisters are dying in hospitals or behind the house because they can't afford to go to the hospital, okay? Turn around, getting an opportunity to get in the ring, all right? Play themselves and say they're playing us, okay? And Liberian people playing themselves for $2 call card or to eat a day, all right? And then the party, the so-called opposition, who's supposed to stand there and say this is wrong to begin with, this man does not need to be in the high calling. If this does not, this should be. They will say these are these are our costs, what we will stand for, that you must meet for us to go back even before Fonani Kofa resign. There is what we want in return. Say you say the Fonani Kofa, the or what your name, Rachel Kuhn and what the other one, Fala should not participate in the. Let's get new people. You know, somebody will come on and say, oh, these people are new. They don't have any experience. Some of these people run their own businesses. Do Abraham Traore have experience in governance? No. You know what he brought to the table? He brought patriotism. He brought his humanity, being human. He brought service, okay? And first and foremost, he brought a vision to the table with a plan, where he wants to take his country. That's what you need. You need to know where you want to go, how you want to get there, and have a plan. Who are you taking? Where you want to take your country? That's how you build a nation, okay? This young man have created more jobs than the people with 40-year experience, those with the popularity, those who be in power for 40 years around Africa, he has. But when you put your nation last and your party is prioritized, or your tribe, based on those priorities, that's how your nation is going to look. Because the children are not the priority. The women of your country are not the priority. That's what we got. But let me play this for us so we can get to this really quickly. Let's get to this. I want you to listen to this man. You all want to be on Security Council. You all can't even take care of your own homes, but you all want to be on Security Council. I'm going to play this. I have no copyright to this video. All right. And this video is for, I would say, for entertainment purposes or education purposes. But it is your responsibility. Viewer discretion is advised. It is your responsibility as a viewer to authenticate this video. Okay.
So learn from China, from Korea, from Iran, and from Russia, who first had these beautiful revolutions that commanded the respect. Then they developed their militaries, they developed nuclear bombs, they developed all these sorts of things, and then they built their economies. We're sitting here and we're talking about being in the United Nations, having a rotating seat in the United Nations Security Council. We're talking about the economic plans of Africa in the future, new currencies, African Union. All of that doesn't mean a whole lot if the West is going to come in and trample all over you. What good is a seat at the United Nations if they're not going to listen to you? The United States has to listen to China. They have to listen to Russia because China and Russia have a bunch of nuclear bombs that are already pointed at every Western city. Now, of course, I support Africa having nuclear bombs. I understand we're far away from that, and maybe it's a bit controversial to say that. But what I think we also need to understand is that Africans are dealing with this. I think the West needs to get very worried about the potential for Africa to assert its own sovereignty and command respect in the same way that we're seeing in the new Confederation states, but all across Africa. And maybe it only starts with one or two nations, but that's exactly what we saw with Iran and Syria. And now look at the United States proxy of Israel. Israel's collapsing all across the region. So I think the question of military power is extremely important, and it actually comes before the question of economic power or trade routes or currencies or any of these things. So I hope to see more bold leadership, even in the case of Niger. Victoria Nuland was too afraid to tell Nigeria to invade Niger because she understood the military power of these Sahel states with the backing of Russia. They wanted to do an ECOWAS invasion, and with the intervention of Russia and China and the military backing.
I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. Again, viewer discretion is advised. I have no copyright to this video. It's just to bring light to things where I want to. Warehouse Chopper, thank you so much for being here. Okay, guys, go ahead and share the video. Anthony, you're a young man. Just listen to what that man just said. While we're running around talking about rotating seat, okay? And I think I had a conversation, Dr. Richardson, I had a conversation on Sunday. And we stated to the Liberian people, okay? When your house is built, okay, you can demand whatever you want when your house is built. But your house is not built. You don't even have 10,000 army. You don't even have 30,000 police force. You don't have your own research and development lab. You create nothing. You are hungry and begging everywhere. Yes, I say so, and I don't mind. You don't even prioritize your country or your children. I would say Liberian children are the least educated in the region. Yes, I said that because you all can speak English does not mean you are educated. I have traveled at least some of the major states or counties in Liberia. Right there in Monrovia, the bunch of kids that don't even know their own ages. You will see a 16-year-old young lady, okay, 16 years old, should be getting ready to get out of high school. They're staying 7th and 8th grade. The little girl, the young lady, 17-year-old, that just died a few days. I don't know what the story is, okay? She's 16. And she was in 7th and 8th grade, 16. I had 13 and 12 years old in 8th grade, going to 9th grade. By the time they get to 14, you are not preparing your nation. Then y'all come on and say, oh, you don't understand politics. No, I don't want to understand politics. If understanding politics is to betray your nation, I don't want to understand it. If understanding politics is to watch your children die, on their life from curable diseases, I don't want to understand it. If understanding politics, okay, if to watch your kids go to bed without food, with almost 60+% of your population living on less than $2 a day, under the poverty line, I don't want to. If understanding politics is to sabotage the growth of your nation, where young people are addicted to bad drugs, then I don't want to understand it. My understanding, the philosophy of politics is what? In the interest of the people, to prioritize your nation. But when you put your party or your tribe, then your country will always be last, because your party is first, or your tribe is first, or your party is first, or your tribe is second, and your country is always last. That's why we are where we are. And that's why we'll be where we are. And somebody will come, oh, you frustrated, you're still low inside. I'm frustrated, that's true. I am very frustrated and pissed because I can live well in other people's country. I have choice. Actually, I have choices. I can pack up today and move to Canada. They will let me in. I can pack out and go to England today. They will give me visa to go. I can pack out and move to Namibia. Yes, and retire early. I will still have my money coming to me. I can retire and go live Ghana and build me a house there and live a nice life. I will be fine. So yes, but will all the people that I'm able to help out, like today, some of my children, my young girls that I support, yes, I do, that I support and pay school fee for, they will be graduating in June. They're going to high school. If I move and retire and go live to Ghana, will I still be able to, will I have the income enough to support them, to pay their school fees until they can go to college and maybe help them with the college tuition? Can I do that? Because the mothers have no jobs. Most of the mothers are barely surviving. They're selling. When you're in Liberia, everybody's selling. The people that can buy their government official. So, Anthony, let's talk to you as a young person. Where your country going to? Where do you think we will end up putting party tribe first over the country? Again, folks, we are live on Radio Bluebird. My name again is Yasendi Martin Peye. We are in I think 5 or 6 counties. Anthony will be the one to announce the radio station name. So please tune in if you're there. We will be doing a raffle ticket tonight. Okay, we'll get the first 2 or 3 quarters, then we'll call us a lottery number, and then we will go ahead and put a minute on your car, on your phone. Okay, again, we are in Mangibia County. It's called Tucker Farm, Radio Bluebird 102.9. Anthony. Anthony, are you sleeping on me?
No. I just muted myself.
Okay.
So thank you. So like you said it right. Martin Colley posted something very important today about the amount of money that the government of Liberia has used on the legislature since 2005 up to 2025. It's some around 663 million, something a little above that. That the government have used on legislators, purchasing vehicles, giving them salaries, paying them for working 24 times a year, huge waggages and all of that. But if you look at the educational sector, the Ministry of Education and all other educational sector have not benefited more than 300 million since 2005. When you have 73 persons, 103 persons benefiting more than 600 million in 20 years. And a ministry that is serving the country has not benefited half of that money in the last 20 years. If you look at the Ministry of Health, they have not benefited more than 400 or one half of that money since 20 years now. But 103 persons have benefited far above that money. In the last 20 years. And that is why our country is where it is, because of the greeds that have engulfed the hearts of our leaders, of people we consider our leaders. That has been the reason that kids in the rural areas are not going to school. I visited a campus in Gibi a few days ago and saw how deplorable the classroom were. Very deplorable. And just today, I visited the Corona Public School in District 5. And you could see how deplorable the classroom were. Teachers are not coming in class. Students are not learning well. Look at the amount of death cases that are up every day. But then our leaders feel comfortable fighting over seats that does not benefit them, that does not benefit the country, but instead their pockets and their family. They're fighting over positions that they can bag huge amount of money for themselves, and after their term of service, they go and sit somewhere, their family, and they enjoy life. If you look at the statistics of the amount of lawmakers that have children here, it's less than 5%. None of 5% of the lawmakers and government officials in Liberia, children are not in Liberia. They're not schooling here. They're not living here. They don't even see Liberia. They don't even come for vacation here. And so they feel because their family are safe, that means they are safe. And the people that employ them are not in their purview, are not in their agenda, are not in their vision, in their dreams to work with. You had 73 persons holding the country hostage for about 6 months. 6 whole months. Because of a seat that they want to benefit their family. And I heard someone saying those people do not like power. There is not a single lawmaker in Liberia, or there is not a single politician in Liberia that does not love power. Because the thing about it is, once you taste it, in fact, your memory can I even reflect on the people that you walked to and stood under the sun, the rain, the cold weather, and they elected you. You used to eat gari for lunch, your status changed. You start eating $100 US food for lunch. You used to visit Lababido for lunch or for dinner, to end your day. You will start visiting Corina Hotel to eat the best dishes, forgetting to know that there is a child that is in the interior that needs at least 1% of what you have. In fact, 0.01% of what you have to better their life. You're forgetting to know that there are children that are in your district, in your county, in your area, in the rural area, including the urban area, that are not going to school, that are sick and need medication. Their parents can afford for them. But our leaders don't think in that direction. Instead, they think for themselves how they wear good, wear the expensive clothes and drive the best car with the coolest AC. I mean, eat the best dishes, live the best of life because they feel that opportunity is for their betterment and not the betterment of the people who give them the opportunity. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Anthony. And folks, this is the sad part. This is where we are. This is where we find ourselves. Okay, this is where we find ourselves right here. And people keep saying, "Oh, the politics." Yeah, and the other one that will go back dancing in the street. Maybe they get them $5, maybe $2, dancing in the street. Let me explain again to you. When you prioritize your party, okay? When you prioritize your party and you put your nation at the bottom, all right? The decisions are made to benefit the party, often at the expense of the broader public, okay? Public good, leading to poor governance and corruption. That's what happened in Liberia. Says Yatta High, okay? Exclusion and division, we've seen that happening, all right? Opposition or non-party members may be marginalized. They're not made, they are marginalized in Liberia, okay? And that's the way it has been, okay? Everything is depending on political patronage, what we call a political machine, okay? Division, it erodes the national unity. We see it in Liberia. We see our Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn giving order. That's what yesterday I got a call. Let me show you my stuff here. Where Kuhn night before last called the people and told the Nima caucus they must not vote for Musa. They must vote when he tells them to vote. Men with no boss, and they say they're representing the people. Men in Liberia with no boss, and they say they're representatives. Okay? Yeah, right here. I just got information that Jerry instructed Nima lawmakers to vote against Musa UNITA decline. I got this yesterday evening, 11:45 p.m. right here. Yesterday evening, 11:45 p.m. That's when I got this. And that was true. UNITA decline. My thing is not vote for Musa, but vote for anybody else. So the way Jeremiah Kuhn is going to lead Nima Kante or lead Liberia is to divide the nation. And y'all thought we went to war? Jeremiah Kuhn was the same when I told either woman can lead. She needs to go sit down. I told that woman to sit down. Who the hell are you? Who died and made you king? Oh, Jeremiah Kuhn, they see when Prince Johnson was what do you call it? Senator. He who mother is Gio, who father is Crew, became senator from the Gio side. He didn't see no problem with it. But now woman can lead. Thank you, Emmanuel. Women not fit to lead. In what country? In what age? Where are you living in? I watched in my class. Yesterday we had an honoring. Science is math. Look on Facebook. Watch our children in the diaspora who opportunity are being given. Graduating from colleges, graduating from high school, math and science, lawyer, engineers, finance. Those are math. But you look at your own. You are given an opportunity to empower. You are given an opportunity to inspire. You are given an opportunity to push young people forward. You are given an opportunity to open doors that young people can walk in to change their future, to watch other kids, to change our country. But you say no. Based on this trial, they can. And this is a man who called himself a young man with no vision, egotistical. But I will come. Oh, the ball going off again. Okay. Short-sighted and egotistical. Okay. And you know what? Maybe Musasa will learn from this. I'm sorry. Maybe he too will learn from this. Because guess what? When the last election was going on, Jeremiah was calling him, at least I'm told, allegedly. Okay? Because he believes that's also his brother. But maybe we'll come to the place where brotherhood is secondary to nationhood. Maybe we'll come to a place where we put our nation at the top so everyone we can build a stronger place. Y'all listen to that, man? Anybody want that video I just played? You got nothing. You are begging to eat. You move from what they call it, summit to summit, begging for input. You have no plan for your own nation. You have no plan to where to take your nation. Anybody who send you money and say go pave road, then a World Bank said we can get you money to pave road, it becomes your agenda. You have no agenda. You come out and say agriculture is my agenda. American people gave up money the last time and say we will do what they call it, food sufficient. Okay, so we're going to build a poultry. Now it becomes the agenda. Y'all were just cursing us yesterday in the diaspora for eating dead chicken. Now you say eat racing chicken to eat dead chicken. I thought we're rice people. I thought we're plenty people. I thought we're cassava people. I thought we're cassava leaf people. I thought we're the tobaggi people. I thought we're palm butter people. I thought we're GB people. I thought we're fish people. We're dry meat people. No. That's why somebody gave us money for that. What we're going to do? Because we have no agenda. You know, Lee Kuan Yew, the man who wrote Frontier War to First War, wrote, he said when the French separated from Laos, everybody was throwing everything at them. He said the first thing we needed to define who we were. We needed to know where we were headed. What was our agenda? Not the agenda for us, our other people. People wanted to put this. People wanted to put that. He said he knew exactly what he didn't want. First thing, he needed to take his people from using borehole to using toilet. Because the goal was to make his country a small island nation that's surrounded by terror. He wanted to take it from terror to first war. If he were the only example in that region, that is Singapore I'm talking about. He wanted it to be a financial capital in that particular region. So he had an agenda. Pape Bouaka, with 40-year experience, have changed his agenda 4 times. When that man spoke on the air, when he decided to undermine the CPP, he asked the people, do you know the people? Do you understand their language? Do you know what they are going through? He was supposed to know. Saying he took over. Where has he been? He's been to Ghana more than 5 times, or maybe 8 times. He's been to America more than 5 times. He's been everywhere. Has he been to Grand Judea? Has he been to Sénégal? Has he been to Saclay-Pierre? Has he been to Yahweh Mesron? Has he been to Boutou? Has he been to Kamleke? Has he been to Grand Judea? Totan? Boutou? Has he? No. But y'all come up. Y'all come out and say it's politics. No, it's tribalism. It's polizelics. It's not politics. It's corruption, indecency, unpatriotic, unnationalistic. That's what it is. You don't understand nationhood. Another thing is, when you prioritize your tribe and political party, you weaken the institution, like the foundation of your nation, where Washington erode. Okay, we see a Rachel who just backstabbed our whole institution. Now you're congratulating him. Shame on you. I don't care what party you are. And that's one of the reasons I decide I'm an advocate of what I've always been. If I decide I'm going to get up and want to speak for the people, I'm going to go to Liberia. I'm going to put my name in the hat, and I'm going to ask for your support. I'm thinking about it strongly. You know, Dr. Martin Luther King said, we cannot sit on the sideline and keep protesting. There are 3 ways we can change our environment. He told the Andrew Young, the John Lewis, Good Trouble. He told them, and Mick Miller, and Elijah Cummings, he told them, we need to split the group into 3. We need one to go into commerce, which is marketalism, okay? Because we have to raise money, the economy, okay? So we have to bring some entrepreneurs that we need to pour in money into them so they can build and have the foundation. We need some people to go into politics because that's where the change is made. You must be at the table to bring the change that needed. The third thing was, we're going to keep some people advocating because we need a story to be told. We need it to counter because the propaganda is so much. That's what he said. So those 3 things, those of us who are sitting, who are in the street and advocating, we watch. We went to war for this very thing. 250,000 of our people, lives were taken, interrupted. Some of us were raped. Our people were raped. My uncle was castrated. Okay? My grandparents killed. These people, the very people that did that, they are the decision makers in our country. Then we say, I'm just going to advocate. I'm not interested in politics. If you are not interested in politics, that means you surrender, you advocate your work, your duty to other people. So don't talk when idiots, low lives, airheads, ignorant, stupidity walks the street. You have nothing to say because you're not interested in politics. That's what decisions are made. That's what people determine if your nation will get education. Those are the people who decide if healthcare will be a priority. Those are the people who decide a nationhood will be a priority. Those are the people who decide a defense, research, and development to be able to compete with the rest of the world in the 22nd, 24th century. Those are the people who decide. So when you get some of the stupidest people, ignorant people who are leading you, then here is your problem. Thank you, sis. That is the problem. All right? This is the problem. When you say I took a stand, I think this is unconstitutional. This man under my, then your team voice, you're all the leader, then you'll turn around and go congratulate the sinful. The man who bastardized your constitution, the very foundation. Okay? And I'm going to be closing. Actually, we're going to take some calls. So, if your aim of electing people is you push them so you can go beg them, you are nothing but a slave. If the whole essence of you, because you're related to them, or you know somebody who knows them, and you will go to beg, you are not looking for somebody who will create that you will gain your independence, that you can use, even if you can't use your hair, you can use your hand to earn your living. You know, when I first came to this country, this is before I turned 21, the people from Vietnam were coming here on resettlement. From Vietnam, Laos, they were coming in. At the same time, Liberians were coming in. There were a lot of factories. Most of the people that came from Vietnam could not speak English. Most of the people that came from Liberia, especially from around the Ivory Coast area, they didn't go to school. But guess what the country did? When they knew they were bringing the people based on their education status. There was a school, that time there were only 2 buildings, Gwinnett Tech. They created a segment. So the first group of people that they brought, there were 2 places that they resettled them. In Claxton, in Norcross. In Claxton, they had a community college. They created English as second language unit. That's so long you were a refugee, you could go there free. Okay? And they had translator. Where you sit down, they have, in fact, in the evening, they used to have different tribes where they translated from English to this other language. Okay, Then they found, after that being here 90 days, they found you a job to work on the assembly line. On the assembly line, they will teach you. All you got to do all day is to drop in one part. If on that bowl, if they have priority, okay, polarity, that's what it's called, meaning orientation, certain way. All you do is stay there, one capacity, you drop it in all day long because they didn't want you to make mistakes. When you master it, then I want to, maybe the duration that you're going to be over there the first year, you're going to be dropping 3 or 4 capacity that you drop and you got paid. Well, and the government also gave that company, because they didn't just want to put you on welfare, compensation. They gave you tax break so you can hire those people. Okay. But those people were not on welfare. That was their labor. They were, although they could not speak English, but they were taught how to, and they show you require simulation. Okay. They will do it in English, they will do it in a tribe, the reason for which, and these people, today, most of these people are no Jimpe. We are all in our 50s and 60s, and late, nobody in their 40s. But their children that they had when I was 21, 22 years old, those children today, they're the Georgia Tech graduate, they're the UGA graduate, they are the Yale graduate, they're in America. They have the highest income bracket, Oriental people. But your country is telling you, we, our children, will take everything and you will celebrate or will pay you get in the street. Your assistant or your owner my post. You frustrated, you will get over yourself. You see me sitting in my office, one of my offices, my studio, and I'm frustrated. You think I'm talking for me? You think I'm talking for my children? You think? You know, I wrote something today about Burn Harbor that says, the most threat to society is stupidity. Because you can't argue with stupid people. He said, when people are wicked, they can reason. When people are wicked, they have conscience. You are able to even talk them out of their wickedness. But when people are stupid, and stupidness thrive in group. So when you see people out like they belong because they want to fit in, even intelligent intellectuals will surrender their intellectual ability and become stupid because they want to fit in. They surrender and nobody take it from them. Okay? Nobody takes it from them. I'm going to play this just a little bit. And then, Anthony, let's take a call really quickly. Let's take at least 2 or 3 calls. Then you can go and I will play this video. I beg you. Go ahead.
All right. So those of you who are following this evening, we live, like I said, we live here on 102.9 FM, and it's 0777 1110 39 080 377 like it is first caller right here. Hello.
Good evening, Anthony. Good evening to our mother from the cross.
Good evening. Your name, where you come from?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, I would say many things to you, mother, for always talking about some training issues that matter to our people in Liberia. But there are issues we face within this country. Mother, even though the politicians, they have their part to play. But you know the problem we have in this country is we, the citizen, mother. Somebody will ask the what?
Oh, what happened to him?
Amos, you come in broken?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, those who call themselves the politicians, we will look at them, they will go and take our money, and after 6 years, they will come back to us with those same money, and then you will see us as a citizen instead of us sitting down and say, oh yes, we think it is time for us to get these people the rightful way. We will not do it all. But instead, we will indeed become billboards for them. The politicians will be hidden on the part where we will be passing around insulting our own parents, our own mothers, and
Yep.
our own brothers and sisters for these people.
Yep.
So, in result, you observe that these people will get the power, they will go back and they will not turn back to the citizens.
Yep.
Some of our young people, even our young people in this country, we don't mean well for ourselves. Because at the end result, we will be there like translation between those politicians and that of the ordinary people because you get put in, they say they are office servants to these people, they are supporters to these people. They will step back and then sometimes when you see the old, you start to talk about it, you call the person, oh, boss man, the person talking about you on the radio, just listen. Then now it becomes problem for you. Sometimes you observe that you send people after you start to want you start to talk, start to do all kinds of stuff. So we, the young people in this country, we are our own problem, not the politicians. We put ourselves in the middle because so the people will teach us our Bible says. Also, we get to realize that we, the youth of this country, we are 85% of the population in this country. We need to stand up for us. Mother, our country will lead us. This country will come. Thank you so much for the program.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, you got some
0777 0777 1110 39 080 000 this person. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening. Your name, where you join us from?
I'm Ruben. I'm following from district. I give it County.
Ruben, go ahead.
Yes, let's appreciate our mother for shows and matches, especially when it comes to Liberians. You know, when it comes to politics in this country, I always tell people, you know, when Ambassador Joseph, you know, make the remarks that this country resources, you know, it just reflect that these are resources because if you don't stop lawmakers are giving them the amount of money, where even to the extent some of them don't even visit a birth district. Some of them don't even know their birth district. And what are the security district don't know. And this is one of the things that causing the serious problems in our countries, in our districts, in our country, especially when it comes to just dying where no investigation. Because you will see the lawmakers in the state. But if you see this lawmaker is already, the lawmaker say it's district, you see the lawmaker will go to post where you see the question of power going to one another. But let us just share that this is a kid in the district, you would never see them talk on it. So this country has done already make me, but why is it that Liberian, what is that we go to post to elect leaders? Because people we elect them, they are not working in our interest. Because way back you hear people say, some people are not good, but we say, let's put our own native brothers there. And now you see that our native brothers now have that's coming in our resources. You know, I'm trying to really make them see by it. I really want to appreciate the church legend and always pray that you would always take the bold steps to encourage Liberian, especially on the right path. So at least they can know that wrong, because if we look at the citizen now, this country depends on the young people. If you look at the education today in this country, majority of the young people are not educated. Where you see people at the age of 23 stay in every, where are we heading to? Who do you expect to lead this nation after you pass up? So I really want to appreciate it tonight. Thank you for the show, and God bless you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. Thank you.
God bless you too, Ruben. God bless you. We want to take one more call, Anthony, and then we can just send in whatever we got. Yeah. On
All right. 0777 1110 39 080 0377 000 0777 1110 39 088 0377 000 are the numbers you can use this evening to be a part of the conversation right here on 102.9 Bluebird Communications Incorporated. We're live here this evening. Let's get this person right here. Hello.
Good morning.
Good evening. Your name, where you join us from?
I'm Elijah. I first to join this conversation from around Boma area this evening.
How is Boma in Elijah?
It's great. I applaud our mother from the cross for the discussion. These are things that should be discussed after the situation of our country now. We are definitely heading the discussion, and the father of these things come from we, the citizen, one, and our own our own native brothers we are putting in power these days. These guys who are putting in power only having the mindset of me, I, and myself. If it is not me, it can be for anyone else. It should only be for me, and that's not how, as a leader, as a person who is determined to see a country be a better one, that's not how kind of a person thinks. And if our leader will not have any kind of mindset, our country is leading nowhere for in a GPS state that will bring the younger one to not understand their front, their back. Because if the foundation is not built, definitely the future will be damaged. So let me put our models for such an initiative taking on the public note that is, and I hope and feel that
All right. Thank you, Elijah. Thank you so much. So we like
somebody wanted Anthony. Somebody wanted the number. Announce it slowly. I know you got to go to bed, sweetheart. Announce it slowly. I see people ask for it. Announce it slowly. One more. That's it. You can go. I will continue on this end. And before you go ahead and announce it, then I will say what I want to say to the people that just called.
0777 0777 1110 39 0880 377 000 0777 1110 39 0880 377 000 are the numbers you can use this evening and be a part of the conversation right here on Second Thought Africa Reimagine on 102.9 0777 111 039 0880 377 000.
Thank you. That's there. Let me speak to the three persons that called in. I want to say thank you. I know it's late in Liberia time. I think I'm going to talk to Anthony. Maybe we can just push it back a little bit so we can go maybe around 6 o'clock and do at least an hour and 30 minutes, or just that so we can have time to talk to you, because I want you to hear me out. Listen, folks, I have a strong voice. I'm an advocate. Okay, I want our people to wake up. You cannot have somebody abuse you, because that's what they're doing to our people. They abuse you. They come around and they promise you. You vote for them. They don't show up again. Then they start reaching out when they know they have something off their sleeve. Then they start reaching out to you. It's that when they know and remember your name, okay? That's the abuse. That is the abuse. They don't care about you. They have sized you up. They know that you know them. They know you. But the moment they try you once and you give in, they don't have no respect for you. One thing when I was growing up, my mom always told me, somebody will be prettier than you. Somebody will be lighter than you. Somebody will be darker than you. Somebody will be taller than you. Somebody may be wealthier than you. But never, my mom told me, they allow anyone to disrespect you, to take away your womanhood. Don't do it. Nothing. That particular one should be priceless. Your integrity should be priceless. Your self-respect should be priceless. Nobody will respect you when you disrespect yourself, because when you allow people, they disrespect you. That's how I see it. You have a man who bastardized the Constitution. For 7 months, they've been divine money while the nation stood still. You have no agenda. No agenda. But I'm going to play the Anthony and I'm going to let you go. All right. Paul, I'm sorry I got to zap so I can stop. You and I both need to be on this platform. So let's talk after here. I know we talk about it many times, but today I was just a little bit frustrated with the country. And then you got people dancing. You're dancing, you're gonna go sleep you're listening up to this, what it says.
One that Dietrich Bonhoeffer believed was responsible for immense destruction during World War II. Unlike evil, this force cannot be reasoned with, exposed, or even fought directly. It spreads silently, rendering people blind to truth and immune to logic. That force is stupidity. But why did Bonhoeffer see stupidity as a greater threat than evil? Why did he describe it not just as an intellectual failure, but as a moral and social crisis? In this video, I will break down Bonhoeffer's insights, helping you recognize the signs of stupidity in others, and perhaps even in yourself. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, born in February 1906, was a German Lutheran pastor, neo-Orthodox theologian, anti-Nazi dissident, and resistance fighter. For years, he tried to change minds. He spoke out against growing hatred, blind obedience, and the way people turned a blind eye to the cruelty happening around them. He believed that if he could just make them see, just make them understand, they would wake up. But no matter how much evidence he presented, no matter how clear the truth was, people refused to listen. One evening, after years of resisting the regime,
so anybody who wants to listen today, I can send it to you. But it kind of encapsulates everything that I have been saying. Okay, you can't reason with stupid people. You just can't. Being stupid does not mean you're not intelligent. It just means you surrender just intelligent to fit in, to be a part of. That's it. It's a moral failure. You can't say you have integrity when you know a person who is bad. You know them. They have no good intentions. Okay? You have a vice president, a sitting vice president, who look at a qualified woman and say, because she's a woman, she does not belong. I told that woman to go sit down. Who the hell are you? I say, I don't give a fee. Who the hell are you? To tell a Liberian they can't exercise their voting right. Then it became a Gio stuff. It's still like in Liberia or in the Makante, when you're Gio, that's the end of the story. Then you have absolute power. I don't give a fee where anybody thinks. My mother is Gio, my father that man with me. So I can speak to that. I can speak to that. All right? Where is this? Then I see y'all dancing in the street. A few of them are building their mansions. They're flying in and out. Their children are going to Dubai. But guess what? You're going to go sleep in the dark. The mosquito. Every 3 months, you have to go take strips because the mosquito now eat you. Most nations, advanced nations, have gotten rid of malaria. Malaria is still a problem. So, Anthony, please give your closing statement. Those of you, you three of you that call, thank you so much. I love enlightening callers. You have a responsibility, the three of you that call, in your community, to start talking to people. We have to do this together. It cannot be us from here. Because people think, oh, they're sitting on the air because they're looking for jobs. No, they are ready to look for jobs. I'm coming to Liberia. It will not be about the money. It will be about me to represent, to show Liberian people what leadership looks like. But it will not be about the money. It will be about the people. Y'all see that little boy in Burkina Faso? Y'all see that little boy in Burkina Faso? All he brought is service. Service of vision, innovation, and nationalism. He's fighting. They now missed that ball 21 times. Just this week, they're missing again. They're missing again. But he said death before dishonor. Some of y'all will give up for $5, for $50. Good evening, Justina. That's what you would do. Is that worth your womanhood? Is that worth your honor? I thought we're supposed to elect people who's supposed to serve the greater good of the nation. That's what politics is about. So I will say good night. Anthony, please, and guys, tune in on Saturday morning, okay, at 3 Liberian time, 11 Mountain time here, okay, Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. Liberian time on the Radio Bluebird. I think it's 102.9. We will be live and on via Facebook and YouTube here. Okay, thank you so much, Anthony. Can you close us and let's say good night?
All right, thank you. And those of you who've been following us, thank you for following this evening. It's been a pleasure being here, talking to you on issues. that are relevant to Liberia, relevant to our ascendancy, our citizens in various sectors, health, education, changing our mentalities, changing our minds and our attitudes. My name has been Anthony Dine. It's been a pleasure right here on 102.9. Catch us as soon as you can. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you. God bless. Good night, Anthony.